This is a long fight and there's a lot to cover. Rol Le in the underground sewer. This boss is infamous for its difficulty spike, which includes barely telegraphed attacks, high damage with crit threat, tons of HP, and also it's often out of attack range. Unprepared players may fail from running out of healing. To win, position carefully to avoid damage and take full advantage of every opportunity to attack. At the start of the fight, Rol Le lays down 5 spike bombs. Standing in the center of the raft front edge is safe, or in the back corner. Soon after the spikes detonate, Rol Le sends a purple bubble barrage. These can also be avoided easily by standing in a safe spot in the corner nearest its head. Get ready to counterattack. Understand that it's important to focus damage on the same area, as each section of the body has its own HP. For now, it's simplest to go for the head. As it latches onto the raft, it's time. You can fit in a few combos. Pay attention to how much time is spent. Back off after about 9 seconds. Keep going, the next attack hits in another 6 seconds. Once more, the timing on this one is a bit longer. Hit the same area for maximum effect. The skull mask has 3 hitboxes allowing for swords to do efficient damage. One more tentacle, Rol Le will hop off soon after. These timings will be the same every time. Master this dance with the sewer centipede. This fight operates on a fixed cycle. Unlike other bosses, Rol Le always makes the same moves at the same times of the fight. After swinging around to the other side, another purple bubble barrage comes in with a slightly different spread. Stand a bit off of the corner to avoid these. Squeezing in as many hits as possible is important, but it's more important to prioritize dodging to save your healing for when you really need it. If you have Foie, shoot one down the middle as it flies over for some extra damage. Like many techniques, it has unlimited vertical reach. Next, 3 spike bombs will surround your character. It is tough to avoid damage from all of these, so expect to get hit at least once every cycle. If you break one, you can squeeze in a few hits. If you can't, consider standing still for any class passive regeneration. After it leaps over the raft again, it will take just a moment and then attach to the raft again. The same attack pattern and timings apply. Hunter's job is straightforward, but a ranger will struggle to do damage. Growing mag-pow levels will help, as will power units. Even with those, damage will probably be better from using weapon element attacks. Map extra attack and unleash heat, fire, or HP steel attacks to do 30 damage and up. If you haven't found such a weapon yet, check the weapon shop as they show up somewhat commonly. Low-level rangers will have a very long fight, trying only physical attacks. Only rangers have the accuracy to get a lot from special attacks on guns, but hunters can do well with fire on melee weapons. After this second attack opportunity, Rol Le retreats and won't get close again for a while. Crawling along the ceiling, it will bring rocks and rubble tumbling down. These can hit for 60 damage or more, and crits are possible. Bad luck can end the fight. Hide in the corner as much as possible to improve your odds of surviving. If you get one-shot by rocks, don't get discouraged, as this is truly just bad luck, and frankly unfair to a low-level character. The lights flicker out, signaling the last section of the cycle. Rol Le's neck has a nasty habit of absorbing hits intended for the head, especially while it's at a distance and while it's moving. Shortly, Rol Le will line up behind the raft and shoot a purple beam for a staggering 61 damage, but it's simple to avoid. It locks onto your position as it breathes in, just move to the side. Gunshots can reach it in between attacks, but low-level techs will not. If you happen to have invincibility, whether from knockdown or mag trigger, Rol Le cannot see you and will shoot straight down the center. Be careful. During the fight, it is likely to charge up a photon blast. These are okay to use, but the damage will hardly be worth the wait, as Rol Le has high light resistance. Estella may be the best option. Afterwards, it will move to the front and launch spike bombs again. These can either be a spread of 5, like at the start, or the 3 surrounding spikes. You may be able to break these spikes, but it only gives a tiny extra window to attack. It's possible to break a surrounding spike and then run from the other 2 without taking a hit. One more time with the big beam cycle. Even small chip damage with guns can be important here, since there is so much HP to get through. Every bit helps to avoid going through these slow cycles. Hunters may want to only use normal attacks to maximize accuracy here. Strong attacks may work, but only with specific timing. Once the final beam finishes, the lights come back on, indicating the end of the cycle. From here, the fight repeats, starting from the point where Rol Le lands. Forces can use Foie 2 for their assault, commonly in the shop starting at level 6. Humor and Funeral can also do well with this. Once the skull mask is broken, the core HP is exposed at the head. Unfortunately, this is barely more than 1/3 of the total damage required. Keep persevering, this fight is typically the longest and most repetitive in the game for low levels. If you have a sword, you may be tempted to continue using it to strike the body. The body shells have much less HP protecting the core, but unfortunately, all damage dealt to the core aside from the head only deals half of the displayed damage. The slowness and inaccuracy of the sword, along with only hitting a couple of extra targets, doesn't measure up to the single target damage from Brand. On the second cycle, there's a small change to where to stand to dodge this bubble barrage. The corner is fine. If the fight lasts to the fourth cycle, it returns to the original position slightly off the corner. Going after the head is the standard play, but forces may find a lucky disc that allows taking on this boss in an entirely different way. Even though the damage to the core is halved from body hits, area of effect techniques can still do enough damage to be worth it. For this strategy, attack from the back corners. The body shells have less than half the HP as the skull mask, exposing the core HP sooner. Foie and Gazan can be found in caves by very lucky players, and tear through Dagger quickly, but at high cost. Foie is a bit unwieldy because of its long backswing, and Gazan eats up TP quickly. Barda is straightforward to use, especially when TP recovery is limited. Whether body hits are more efficient or not depends on class and the tech level. Fomar and Phonum have 30% damage bonus to the key techs. Gazan is prohibitively expensive for other classes. Phonarol has a bonus to the simple techs like Foie and Barda, and usually should stick with those. Barda level 2 DPS to the body is roughly even with Foie level 2 DPS to the head. Finally, when 3,900 total damage has been done to the core, for 6,000 damage total, Dagger lets out its death throes and sinks into the sewer. Collect your well-learned loot, and talk to the principal to unlock Mine 1. I promise the next boss barely has more HP than this one. Happy hunting!